Hello, 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 Swiksha. Hello, hello, hello. Am I audible? Hello, 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 hello. I'm very happy today. I'm very happy today because PW rocks and the students of PW again shock the world because पढ़कर आए हो या नहीं? So how is your exam today? How is your exam? Everyone answer in the chat box. Yes, you are audible. How was the exam, bachcho? Hello, hello, hello. Rehana, we will cover all the sets. Today we are going to cover some common questions which are present in all the sets. Okay? Shubaka OP. Yes, nice one, nice one. Yes, Rehana, we will cover all the sets. In this session, we will cover some common questions which were present in all the. ओढ़कर नहीं परमाणु गिरा दिया शिवम ग्रेट ग्रेट ऋषभ 70 प्लस शिव स्टेटस प्लीज सेट टू यस ऋषभ 70 प्लस ओ भाई यू ऑल विल मेक मी प्राउड टुडे थैंक यू एंड लव यू बच्चों थैंक यू फॉर योर लव थैंक यू फॉर योर एफर्ट थैंक यू फॉर योर डेडिकेशंस थैंक यू फॉर योर गुड मार्क्स एंड congratulations in advance because you are going to rock the result. I'm right now. 78 to 79 by 80. Sushibaka, very good, yaar. Very good. Sushibaka, OB, 78 to 79 by 80. Great. Okay. Ishan Patel. Oh. Mradula Ram, 80 marks. Great. I don't know about my result, Palak. थैंक्स सर इंटरनेट खत्म हो गया सर पंकज कोई दिक्कत नहीं पुष्पा वाली 80 ग्रेट नाउ मूव टू द क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 which is the part of the subject which is the part of the subject of which subject is this and who is going to answer the same my sub question says that the phenomena of light involved in the formation of rainbow in the sky are it means the phenomena which involved in the formation of rainbow. A rainbow is formed whenever a water droplet act like a prism. When it act like a prism, when the light coming from the sun entering into the droplet, then in the first surface it disperse as well as deviate. It disperse as well as refract also. As we know that red color deviate the least, red color deviate the least, and violet color deviates the most. Whenever the white light enter into the water droplet, it split into 7 color, and the splitting of white light into 7 color is called, what is it? It is called dispersion. What is it? It is called dispersion. It means dispersion is the first part which is responsible in the formation of rainbow. Dispersion. Okay, on the first surface, whenever white light enter into the water droplet act like a prism, and whenever the light enter from one medium to another medium, it get bent from its own path. It means on the first surface, dispersion and refraction, and whenever it enters into the water droplet, it will reflect back. It means the third is internal reflection. It is the phenomena. These are the phenomena. It means option number D is right answer. Sir, the increase of toxic level, the phenomena called. Palak Srivastav, good one, yaar, good one. Now move to the next question. Question number 17 to 20 consists of two statement, assertion A and reason R. Answer this question selecting the appropriate option given below. Okay. A, if both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. B, both A and R true and R is not correct explanation of A. A is true but R is false, and A is false but R is true. Now move to the next question. Question says that according to question, red light signals are used to stop the vehicle on the road. Yes, this statement is right, because red light scattered the least. Red light travel the long distance. Red light scattered the least. Red light travel the long distance. That's why we use red color as a danger signals, as well as we also use red color and on these signals to stop the vehicle on the road. It means assertion is right. Assertion is right. It is right according to reason. Red color light is scattered the most. What does say? Red color light is scattered the most. Red color light scattered the most. This is not right. Okay, push kar do bhai. Because red color light scattered the least. Red color light scattered the least as to visible from a large. It means reason is not wrong. So assertion is right and reason is wrong. Assertion is right and reason is wrong. Then option number C. C is the right answer. Okay. Great, Sushi Baka. Okay. तो 31 मार्क्स आ रहे हैं पेपर में. मुझे वापस में एक मंथ में रिपोर्ट देना पड़ेगा. नो मुझे टेंशन हो रही है. मकरंद. Okay, now move to the next question. List any two pair of भाई साहब in human being, that is biology bhai. Move to the next question. Draw a label diagram to show the pattern of magnetic field line produced due to a current carrying straight conductor. बढ़िया सा question है, awesome question. Assume a conductor carrying current I. Whenever electric current flow through a conductor, there is great Dharmen Kataria, you make me happy today. Whenever electric current flow through a conductor, there is a setup of magnetic field around this conductor. This phenomenon is called magnetic effect of current, and the magnetic lines around a straight conductor is like in the form of ring. 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 Whose axis is the wire? Whose axis is the wire? Okay. Now we need to also find the direction of magnetic field line. Direction of magnetic field. Here we can find the direction of magnetic field with the help of right hand thumb rule. Right hand thumb rule. Show your yes, Kapoor Chand Gupta, you are right. Okay. Show your right hand in the direction of electric current. In the direction of electric current, and the curl of the finger will show the direction of magnetic field. It means the curl is showing the direction of magnetic field. The curl is showing the direction of magnetic field. Okay. Got it? Sir, 31 out of 100. Oh, no, beta. Don't worry, Markin. Kanishk. Hello. बच्चा ये कॉमन क्वेश्चन है सारे सेट्स के, ठीक है. आफ्टर दैट हम सेट 1 2 3 4 ऐसे भी सॉल्व करेंगे, ठीक है. ये कुछ कॉमन क्वेश्चन है, ठीक है. ये कुछ कॉमन क्वेश्चन है, ठीक है. प्रिंस सोनू 3153 3151. ओके, ध्यान. गुड. गायत्री यादव ना बेटा, ऐसा लग रहा है मैं फिर ऐसा कुछ नहीं. अच्छे मार्क्स आएंगे बेटा, डोंट वरी, है ना. ऐसे नहीं, अच्छे मार्क्स आएंगे, ठीक है. नाउ मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. स्टेट ओम्स लॉ, राइट फॉर्मूला फॉर द इक्विवेलेंट रेजिस्टेंस आरपी ऑफ द पैरेलल कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ थ्री रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ value R1, R2 and R3. Ohm's law. According to Ohm's law, if the physical states of a conductor remain constant, physical state, it means if length, area and temperature remain constant, then potential difference applied across the ends of the conductor is directly proportional to current flowing through the conductor. It is the statement of Ohm's law. Now move to the second part of the same question. According to question, we have three resistance R1, R2 and R3 are connected in parallel. We need to find the equivalent resistance RP in parallel combination. Okay, consider we have a resistance and value of the resistance is R1, and we have another resistance, the value of the resistance is R2, and we have another resistance, and the value of resistance is R3. Now connect all these in the parallel combination to provide electric supply, to provide potential difference between ends of this combination. We need to connect a battery. Let I current flow through the combination. I1 will pass through the R1, I2 will pass through R2, and I3 will pass through R3. Okay, we need to find the value of equivalent resistance. According to Ohm's law, V is equal to IR, and the value of I is V by R. For resistance R1, the value of I1 is equals to V by R1. Now for the R2, I2 is equal to V by R2, and for R3, I3 is equal to V by R3. Okay, now equivalent resistance is I1, equivalent current is I1, I2 plus I3. I is V by R, I1 is V by R1, I2 is V by R2, and I3 is V by R3. Okay, now take common V. Now by this, 1 by R is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Okay, so looking very handsome. मार्कन सॉरी सर, बहुत मजाक हो गया, 98 आ रहे हैं. अरे ग्रेट ग्रेट. पुष्कर दवे, यू लुक, द लुक इज वेरी हैंडसम. ओ ओ ओ, झूठ बोलती हो रे, झूठ बोलती हो. हाँ झूठ. अंशिका ठाकुर, सर आर यू वेरी वेरी गुड, थैंक यू. थैंक्स सर. अब अच्छा फील हुआ. झूठ बोलती हो रे, है ना. Now move to the second question. Find the resistance in the following network of the resistance. Oh bhai sahab, find the equivalent resistance between the terminals X and Y. Find the equivalent resistance between the terminal X and Y. Just read the statement and concentrate on the diagram. In the above diagram, in the above circuit, R and R are connected in parallel. Listen to me carefully. R and R are connected in parallel. When the same resistor are connected in parallel, we can apply this formula in parallel combination. So we need to find net resistance between these points, as we already know that R and R are connected in parallel combination. Then we can say that 1 by R plus 1 by R, it is 2 by R, and the net resistance for R and R is 2 by R. It is not 2 by R, it is R by 2. Now this R and this R by 2, this R and this R by 2 are connected in series. Now in series combination, R equivalent resistance is R plus R by 2, then it is 2R plus R by 2, and it is the value of total resistance. Okay बच्चों. सर थोड़ा मोटिवेट कर दो, जब पढ़ाई करता हूं तो डिस्ट्रैक्शन हो जाता है. सर मेरे नंबर 90 आ रहा है. सर आपने और रक्षक सर ने फोन नंबर दे दीजिए. हाय सर, 10 मिनट मैगी ब्रेक. रोहन सिंह, 10 मिनट में तो पेपर सॉल्व हो जाएगा. 10 मिनट मैगी ब्रेक. सर अपना और रक्षक सर का फोन नंबर दे दीजिए. हाँ सर जी, ज्यादा नंबर कैसे लाएं? चुनो पढ़कर लाएं. Now move to the next question. Draw a ray diagram to show the path of refracted ray in each of the following. Bhai sahab, read the following word with your 100% concentration. Refracted ray, refracted ray, refracted ray. Now move to the question. Question says that a right of light incident on a concave lens. Oh bhai sahab, it is a concave lens which is thin at the middle and thick at the ends. It is its principal axis. Whenever light incident parallel to its principal axis, बढ़िया सा क्वेश्चन है. Whenever light incident parallel to principal axis, after refraction, it will pass with respect to a point, and this point is called focus. It will pass with respect to a point, and the point is called focus. सर ने पढ़ के भी मोटिवेट नहीं किया. ऑल इन वन सेइंग. सर आउट ऑफ सिलेबस क्वेश्चन दे दिया हमारे सेट में, नो इश्यू बेटा. इज डायरेक्टेड टूवर्ड इट्स प्रिंसिपल फोकस. ओके okay 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 whenever a light ray incident parallel to principal axis, whenever a light ray incident parallel to principal axis, it love from Kashmir, great, love from India, we all are Indian, was Wasia Nazir. Great. Move to the next. A 4 centimeter tall object. Oh भाई साहब बड़ा शानदार क्वेश्चन दिख रहा है. A 4 centimeter tall object. It means the height of object is 4 centimeter, is placed perpendicular to the principal axis of a convex lens of focal length 24 centimeter. Focal length of convex lens is 24 centimeter, and we are talking about convex lens, and the focal length of convex lens is considered as positive focal length. Now focal length 24 centimeter. The distance of object from the lens is 16 centimeter. So u is 16 centimeter and u is always negative. Find the position and size of image. Okay bhai sab, we need to find the position of image. It means we need to find the value of v by the lens formula. 1 by f is equals to 1 by v minus 1 by u. 1 by f, f is 24 here. 1 by v, we don't know what is the value of v. U is given here and it is 16. 1 by 24 is equals to 1 by v minus minus plus 1 by 16. 1 by 24 minus 1 by 16 is equals to 1 by v. Take LCM 24 and 60. 24 2s are 48 and 16 3s are 48. So 48 is the LCM, 24 2 and that is 3. 1 by v. So minus 1 by 48 is equals to v. Then value of v is 48 centimeter. The value of v is 48 centimeter. The value of v is 48 centimeter. After that, what we need to find the size of image. What we need to find? We need to find the size of image, as we already know that magnification is equals to I by O is equals to V by U. Then I is equal to O into V by U. What is the value? What is the height of object? Height of object is 4 and V is minus 48 and u is minus 16. Minus to minus eliminate. 16 2s are 32, 16 3s are 48, and the size of image is plus 12 centimeter. The image formed here is virtual. Image formed here is virtual because सर एक लाइन बोल भी दो सर. Anshika Thakur, Anshika, maybe you said maybe different. सर एक लाइन बोल दो please. Okay, all in one. Keep motivated. आगे move to the next question. It is the last question for this set. Yes. Okay. In a domestic circuit, 5 LED bulbs are arranged as shown in the figure with a voltage of 220 volt. By sir, we have 5 LED which are connected as shown in figure, and 220 volt is the power rating of each bulb, and a 220 volt power rating each is marked based on the following circuit diagram. Answer the following question. Okay, state what happened when K1 is closed. Bhai sahab, whenever K1 is closed, it means K1 is connected to the main power supply. K1 is connected to the main power supply. In this condition, the bulb A will glow because current is flowing through the A. Current is flowing through the A. In this condition, A will glow. In this condition, A will glow. When K2 is closed, oh bhai sahab, when we connect K2, oh bhai sahab, in that way, the bulb B, C, D, E all will glow because they all are connected in series, and in series they are connected to external potential difference, external potential source. Okay. Then B, C, D, E all will glow. Now move to the next. What would happen to the glow of all the bulbs in the circuit when K1 and K2 both are closed and bulb C suddenly get fused? Oh bhai sahab. Okay. Now connect K1 and K2 with the potential source. Now connect both K1 and K2 with the source and the bulb C, and the bulb C will suddenly get fused. In this condition, the circuit will break, whenever the circuit will break, whenever the circuit will break, then B, C, D, E, all will not glow. All will not glow. Only bulb A will glow because this the circuit of bulb A is complete, but the path of B, C, D is not complete. And this condition, only bulb A will glow, bacho. Okay, that's all for the physics. Now your chemistry teacher will take care of you. तो भाई साहब मचा कर आए हो या नहीं, सच बताओ. एंड हाउ मच. जय श्री राम, पुश कर दो बे. विवेक गेविंग सर, कौन सा सेट है? कॉमन क्वेश्चन है बेटा. ओके, नाउ योर केमिस्ट्री मैम विल टेक केयर ऑफ योर क्वेश्चन पेपर. Okay, wait for only 2 minutes. She will connect you.
उनको लग रहा है सेम स्ट्रीम से जो है. कॉल करो, कॉल करो. देख लिया, देख लिया, देख लिया. Hi, so we are live. Hi, good afternoon, good evening. How did the paper go? I hope the paper went really well because it was such an easy paper by CBSE. It felt like it was designed by your own teachers and the level was the easiest. Don't you think? So, hi and welcome back. My name is Upasna Mongia, your biology mentor, and I am your biology mentor. So, I'm going to discuss the biology questions. We have taken one set of Delhi and we are going to discuss the questions from that. It is possible that your set might be different. It might have a different number, but do not worry at all because most of the questions are same, and since the level was very easy, you must be able to attempt all the questions. So are we ready? Can I have a thumbs up in the comment section quickly so that I can be assured that you guys are ready to understand or check your answer key. Tell me quickly, are you guys ready? Give me a thumbs up. Do you need a motivation right now? You have already given an exam which was a super hit for you, don't you think? So yes, I am getting some thumbs up in the comment section. Let us start. Here, the first question. from biology. See, we are on section A and we are starting with multiple choice questions, and biology question appears on number 8. So number 8 is your biology question. I want you guys to answer in the comment section that what did you write in your examination? What was your answer in the examination? See, select from the following a plant hormone which promotes cell division. Do you see how happy I am today? Do you see me smiling today? It is all because when I saw the paper, it was such an easy paper. It was a relief for all the teachers and for you as well that the level was so easy. Now, select from the following plant hormone which promotes cell division. We have done it tons of times. Cell division, the name itself says cell, which means cyto, and division means kinins. So the answer will be cytokinin. Cytokinin. We have done the exact same question. Right? Let's come to the next one. Question number 9 is also dedicated to biology. Parts of a flower which attract insects for pollination is or are petal, sepal, anthostigma, sepals only, petals only. So if you remember, when we studied about the bisexual structure of a flower, of an angiosperm, we studied that petals which are so colorful, they are responsible for attracting insects. And what are insects going to do? Insects will help in pollination directly or indirectly. So that is the purpose of all the colors in the flowers you see. But we say the answer is option C, petals. If you have opted for option A, thinking that sepals also help in attracting the insects, so I'm sorry, your answer would be wrong, because what is the function of sepals? Because sepals help in protecting the plant, protecting the flower when it is in bud condition. So right answer is option C. I hope it is clear. Was your answer right? क्या लिख कर आए हो इसमें? 9th का आंसर बताओ सारे. 9th का आंसर बताओ सारे, क्या लिख कर आए हो? Now let's come to question number 10. In an experiment to study independent inheritance of two separate traits, shape and color of seeds, the ratio of different combinations in F2 generation progeny would be which of the following? So if you can see, the question is based on laws of Mendel, and the question here is directly talking about the law. Which law? Law of independent inheritance, which means law of independent assortment. Law of independent assortment, right? Now, this law, I told you in the class many times that law of independent assortment can only be proved by a dihybrid cross. See? Here we are talking about two characters, shape and color of seed, and then we talk about the F2 generation. It is asked in the question that you have to mention the ratio of F2 generation only. So your answer will be, tell me quickly, what will be the answer of this one? Your answer will be option C, 9:3:3:1. Thank you so much, Gaurav, Kanti. Yes, Sanjeevni, your answer is right, petals. Right, option C, Mohsin saying option B. Okay, Anjali says option C. Ishki also say option C. Great. Next question again. The question is quite large. There are so many options, but it is still MCQ based and the easiest one. Read it. Which of the following statement is or are true about the human heart? Let's read one by one. The first statement says right atrium receives oxygenated blood. Only here, after reading this much line, you can identify the mistake that right atrium receives oxygenated blood. That's wrong. Right atrium receives deoxygenated blood. So this was the mistake. Next, left atrium transfers oxygenated blood. So far the statement is right. And it is transferred to left ventricle. Yeah, makes sense. Which sends it to various parts of the body with the help of aorta. So this statement is absolutely right. Let's come to option number C now. Right atrium receives deoxygenated blood. Yes, the statement is right till now. From different parts of the body through vena cava. So absolutely right. Now jumping to option number D, it says left atrium receives oxygenated blood. Okay, to transfers oxygenated blood to aorta, directly to aorta. That is the wrong line written over here. It is not sent directly to aorta. First it is sent to left ventricle, which is written in option B. So we have seen here B and C are the right options here, and your answer will be What you have to find? You have to find the true statements, right? So your answer is option C. Your answer is option C. Left atrium transfers oxygenated blood to aorta, which sends it to different parts of the body. So now you know what is the mistake here. Done. Let's come to next one. This is from heredity. Did you expect such easy questions from heredity chapter? We panicked so much. We expected such difficult level questions, especially from the chapter heredity. And since we also prepared according to that level, all the teachers from whatever platform you are studying, they ensured that they make you practice different questions to a certain level. But look at the level of this question. A cross between two tall pea plants resulted in offsprings having a few dwarf plants. The gene combination of the parental plants must be. So here the combination of offsprings is given to you, that it is saying there was a cross between two tall pea plants. It is not mentioned that what was the genotype of those parent plants, but it says that offsprings have a few. Few means very less, right? Very less dwarf plants were observed. What would be the combination? Say, let me tell you the answer first of all. The answer is option A. Capital T, small t, capital T, small t. If we make the cross, we get the result as this. So, this is the right answer. Now, let's come to option B, because some of you must be thinking that option B is also going to give you dwarf plants in the cross, right? Let's do it. Let's do it. Capital T, small t crossed with small t, small t. So, we get the answer as capital T, small t, then again this with this with this. So, in both the cases, we are getting dwarf plants, but it says having a few dwarf plants. So, here it is very important to mention or to, reread the statement that it has a few dwarf plants. That is why we are voting for option A. That is why we are voting for option A. Okay. Okay, right. Let's come to next one. Question 13 is from physics. Now, question 15 is dedicated to biology. The question says there is a food chain. A food chain will be more advantageous in terms of energy if it has 2 trophic levels, 3 trophic levels, 4 trophic levels or 5 trophic levels. So, now we will wait for the final CBSE answer key to get this question. Different biology teachers must have a different review on this question. Why I am saying this? My answer is option B, but I will wait for the final answer key revealed by CBSE. Why I am mentioning this? Because there is a certain doubt here. A food chain will be more advantageous in terms of energy. You understand that there are 4 to 5 trophic levels, very less trophic levels. Reason being that more is the number of trophic levels, the energy to the last trophic level will be very less, right? So, what is the, it is beneficial, it is advantageous to have minimum trophic level. But we are talking about a food chain here. If you are thinking option A, 2 trophic levels, I must have a conflict here that a food chain is at least comprised of 3 trophic levels. A food chain at least has 3 trophic levels, which includes producer, which includes herbivore, which includes carnivore. At least 3 trophic levels come in a food chain, but still I am marking a question mark here because I am waiting for the final answer key from CBSE. Okay, let's come to next one. This question is from our environment. The question is from our environment. Ready for this one? Consider the following statement about ozone. Remember ozone gas, O3. O3 ozone. Let's read the statements and find out the right answer. Ozone is a poisonous gas. It's true. It is poisonous. That is why it is not present surrounding us. It is present on the upper levels. It is present just below the stratosphere, which is very far from us. The reason being because it is itself very poisonous. Then option B, ozone shields the Earth's surface. So far the statement is right. From the infrared radiation, here is the mistake. Infrared radiation, no. The main work of, give me a second. The main work of ozone layer was to protect us from UV radiation, ultraviolet radiations, not infrared radiations. So this statement is somewhere wrong. Ozone is the product of UV radiations acting on ozone molecule, oxygen molecule. Yes, this is true. Remember, how is ozone layer formed? First, we break the oxygen into nascent oxygen, and it is done by UV radiations, right? So, in fact, the nascent oxygen is itself the product of UV rays, right? So, this statement is right. Option D says at the lower level of the Earth's atmosphere where we live, ozone performs most essential functions. This is false. Ozone is itself poisonous. It is not present surrounding us, right? So, right answer is we have to identify the correct statements. So, option A and option C is correct. We are going with option B here. How many of you have given the right answer in this one? Can I have a vote here? How many of you have given the right answer? See, if you are talking about different sets, beta, so don't you think most of the questions, like 95% of the questions are same? So do not worry, the sequence must be different in your set, but more or less the questions are same. Okay, now moving to the next one. Assertion reason questions, the most dangerous questions you find are assertion reason. Okay, Himanshu ka wrong ho gaya. Do not worry, it is okay. You are allowed to make mistakes. It is not the end of the world. So, अगर आपके थोड़े बहुत भी गलत हो गए हैं, do not panic at all. It is completely fine. Now moving to assertion reason questions. This question is from chemistry, not my segment. Let's come to next one. Question number 18. Yes, this question is from biology. Offsprings produced by asexual reproduction are genetically similar to the parents. This question is exact same from NCERT exemplar. It is like directly picked up from the book and given in your examination. Isn't the statement assertion right that offsprings produced by asexual reproduction are genetically similar to the parents? Because there is only one parent, so only the direct DNA is copied and sent to the new offspring. So it is right. Now the reason says asexual reproduction is involves a single parent. That is also true, and because of involvement of single parent, DNA copying is happening and the new offspring is the exact genetic copy of the parent. So that is why your answer will be option A. Both are true and reason is the correct explanation of assertion. So we are going to vote option A. Both are true, right? सुबह का सेशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट था, है ना संध्या? सो यस, सुबह की रिवीजन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट थी. इवन द सेशन आई टुक डे बिफोर टुडे, yesterday's session, I can see most of the concepts were from yesterday's session that was conducted on physics wala foundation, right? Now next question, question 19. This is from physics. Akash sir must have told you the answer. Question 20. Yes, this is from biology. The question says the waste we generate daily may be biodegradable and non-biodegradable. A student from class 2nd can also say that this is also true. The reason says that waste generated, if not disposed of properly, may cause us serious environmental problems. Yes, this is also true. That is why we separate different types of waste, isn't it? So both the statements are true. But do you think the reason here is the correct explanation of assertion? No, it is not making any sense. Both the statements are true, but both the statements are not linked together. So we are going with option B here, which is the right one. Section B. We are starting with section B. What does it say? That the question number is from 21 to 26. These are very short answers and each question carries 2 marks. Each question carries 2 marks. So we are coming to question number 22. Where are auxins synthesized? What is the meaning of synthesized? Synthesized means produced. जो बच्चे लिख रहे हैं, whosoever is writing in the comment section कि exam बहुत अच्छा गया, very nice, proud of you, and yes, you did a nice job. जिन बच्चों का थोड़ा बहुत भी अच्छा पेपर नहीं गया होगा, do not panic at all. It is completely fine to make mistakes. Okay, it happens. Even your teachers made mistakes in their own time, so it is completely fine. अच्छा गया, बेकार गया, जैसा भी हुआ, अब हो गया. Let's focus on the next one and let's discuss the answer key. Where are auxins synthesized? Auxins synthesized. Okay, what is the meaning of synthesized? Produced. So the auxin hormone is dedicated to the tip of the plants. Tip of the plant. Tip of the shoot and tip of the root. This is where auxins are present, right? Now, this is the answer, 1 mark answer here. And how do they promote phototropism? You remember phototropism, the tropic movement? You remember the relationship of Auxin hormone with sunlight was not that good. Auxin hated sunlight. So what happened? Imagine this is the shoot tip, and from here the sun rays were coming, and you see the Auxin hormone rushing to the opposite side of the stem from where the sun rays were coming. And here the cells are still performing cell elongation with the help of which hormone? Auxin hormone. And only one side cell elongation is happening at a very rapid rate. We see the bending of the stem towards the sun rays, towards the sunlight. And this is how you are going to explain the complete answer. Yes, if you have, see, it is not asked in the question to make the diagram, but if you have drawn a very beautiful diagram explaining the phototropism, it makes a good impression on your invigilator or the teacher who is checking your answer sheet. That is why I always say that do not forget to make diagrams. Now coming to next one, question number 23. It is divided into two parts, part A and part B. Since it carries 2 marks only, okay, 2 marks each. Either you are going to do this one, A part, or the B part. Let's read A part first. List any two pairs of visible contrasting characters of garden pea used by Mendel for his experiment. Remember, we have done 7 characters. So you have to mention any 2 of them. So let's pick any 2 of them. We can talk about stem height. We can talk about stem height, or we can talk about seed shape or seed color. From 7 options, I have taken these 2. If you have taken any 2 from the 7, your answer will be right. Stem height and seed shape. Now you have to tell which one is dominant and which one is recessive. So here I am going to write the dominant one, here the recessive one. If you remember, the dominant was tall height, right? And the recessive was dwarf one. Seed shape, the round shape was dominant and the wrinkled shape was recessive. I have just used the letters here. You have to write the word exact, the exact word. Okay? Okay, let's come to next one. In human beings, the probability of getting a male and female child is 50%. In human beings, the probability of getting a male and female child is 50%. Explain with the help of a flow diagram only. So, are you ready to do this question? Let's do it. Let's do it. The question says that the probability of getting a male and female child is 50%. So, you have to draw the whole diagram and explain it. XX and XY. XY is male or father and XX is female or mother. Let's make the gametes first. Let's make the gametes first, and we get the first progeny as XX. Then next one is XY. Then again XX, and last one would be XY. If you have drawn this whole flow chart, your answer will be right. You will be able to justify that we get 50% of XX and 50% of XY. Hence, we have justified the statement here. So, whatever you have attempted, it is absolutely correct. Okay, you have the answers of both one. So let's move to next one. The question 24 is from physics. Now 25 also, 26. Let's come to this question. Question number 26. What are decomposers? What are decomposers? And list 2 consequences of their absence in an ecosystem. So decomposers are those organisms in the nature which are responsible for breakdown of organic substances into inorganic substances. So this is the definition that you were supposed to write in your answer sheet. Then list 2 consequences of their absence in an ecosystem. So basically you have to write the importance of decomposers. Decomposers are the cleaners of the environment. Without decomposers, there will be no breakdown, there will be no degradation. We can write there will be no degradation or decomposition. There will be no degradation of organic waste. There will be no degradation of organic waste. And because of the degradation of organic waste, decomposers were also helping in maintaining the soil fertility. So, because of the absence of decomposers, you can write down that different consequences will be that there would be waste all over the soil because waste could not be decomposed. Then you can also write that soil fertility will be affected. So, these are the different consequences that you could have mentioned in your answers. Now we are jumping to section C from question 27 to question number 33. Are you ready? The question is state reason. This is from chemistry. This is again from chemistry, I guess. Again from chemistry, question number 29. Yes, this question is of biology and it carries 3 marks. It is very important to see the marks distribution so that you can answer accordingly. The question says we water the soil but it reaches the topmost leaves of the plants. Explain in brief the process involved. So it is talking about the transportation of water, right? We water the soil but it reaches the topmost leaves of the plant. Let's imagine, let's say this is a plant. Okay. These are the upper parts. The leaves. Explain in brief the process involved which helps in transportation of water from the soil to the upper parts of the plant. The first agent that is helping in the transportation is the xylem tissue. The first agent is the xylem tissue itself. Now, xylem tissue, the cells of tracheids and vessels are emptied from the center. And because they are emptied from the center, it works as a vessel. It works as a suction pipe which creates the pressure difference in the plant. There is large pressure, large root pressure in the soil and very less pressure in the upper parts or the aerial parts of the plant. So one thing that is going to help in the transmission of water from the lower to upper parts of the plant is the root pressure, which is very high in the soil and very less in the upper parts. High pressure, low pressure, which aids in the movement of water from lower to upper parts of the plant. Then what is next? What is next that is going to help? You remember the capillary force created here, and also the cohesion and adhesion nature. Cohesion and adhesion nature of water. What is the meaning of cohesion and adhesion nature of water? The water has the property of attaching itself to the surface, which is known as cohesion and which is known as adhesion, and the water molecules are forming a bond between itself, which is known as cohesive force. Okay, so these are the key points. Actually, you have to write an elaborative answer because the question carries 3 marks. Based on that, you have to answer the question. Ready? Let's move to next one. Question number 30. List 2 constituents of central nervous system. How are these components protected from injuries? What are the 2 main components or constituents of central nervous system? The answer would be brain and spinal cord. Brain and spinal cord. Right? These are the 2 main constituents of central nervous system. Now, how are these components protected from the injuries? First, there is the bony protection given to both. Right? The bony protection given to brain is the cranium. The bony protection given to spinal cord is the vertebral column, which is also known as backbone, vertebral column. Other than this, both these organs are covered by 3 layers which are known as meninges. So 3 layers are present on both. Meninges are actually protecting brain and spinal cord. Both 3 meninges are there and all these work together to protect brain and spinal cord. Right? Now coming to next one, write 2 limitations of the use of electric impulses. Now I can see this is a medium level question, not too difficult, not too easy, but yes, a medium level question. The question says write 2 limitations of the use of electrical impulses. What are the limitations of electrical impulses? The first one would be that it always works in one direction. It is always unidirectional. You remember the diagram, it is always unidirectional. You remember the diagram of neuron. how neurons work. I can use this space. This is one neuron and this is another neuron. If you remember the transfer of impulses, it always works in one direction. Signal always enter from the dendrites of one neuron. It will leave the synapse and then enter into the dendrites of another neuron and then again leave from the synapse of the adjacent neuron. So we understand that it always works in one direction, which can be the limitation, which can be one of the drawback of the electrical impulses. What is the second drawback that you have written? What is the second drawback that you think? Can you tell me? It is very short. It is very short. It is very short. That is why we are not able to memorize things in one go. So the drawback, the limitation would be that it is working in one direction only and it is very short. Very short. The drawback could be, see, we have the perfect nervous system. But here, since we are asked to write the limitations, we can say that it is working in one direction, and second, that it is very short. It is very quick. Now moving to next one. Do we have, this is the question from physics. Now we are coming to section D, the 5-mark question number 34 to 36. 3 questions from each subject is here, 34, 35, 36. 1 from chemistry, 1 from biology and 1 from physics, right? So let's come to this one. These are the questions, 5-mark questions. We have to solve this one only. Question number 35 is for biology. What are spores? Spores are microscopic. Spores are microscopic reproductive structures, right? Microscopic reproductive structures. Make sense? Next one. On which structures they are formed? They are formed on fungus, beta. They are formed on fungus, and write down in bracket you are talking about rhizopus or bread mold. You have to mention the examples also. You have to mention examples also, right? So I can see some of the students writing their set number here. More or less we have the same question. So we are discussing the majority of the questions here. Okay. Now, next one. How do they overcome unfavorable conditions? How spores overcome unfavorable conditions? Spores were protected. Remember, spores were protected or present in a blob-like structure which is named as sporangium. So you can write down sporangium protects the spores. Sporangium protects the spores. It only bursts when the right conditions arrive. Name the organism which multiplies with the help of these structures. Again, you can write down the answer here. Rhizopus or the bread mold. Rhizopus or the bread mold. Okay. Now moving to next one. Second part. Give 2 reasons why some plants are grown by the method of vegetative propagation. List 2 methods used to grow plants vegetatively. Now the question is saying that you have to mention the advantages of vegetative propagation. That why we are using this method. Why we are using this method? Because the method is quite quick and cheap. We do not have to wait for the new seed production every time. We get new plants grown up very quickly and with very less efforts, with very less money. Okay. Then second one would be that we can, or a farmer can get the desired characters. The desired characters can be produced with the help of vegetative propagation. Now you have to write 2 methods to grow plants vegetatively. Which one you have written? Cutting or layering or grafting maybe? Yeah, these were the methods that we studied. If you have written any 2 from these 3, yes, your answer was right. Right, seedless plants are produced, cutting. Good. Now moving to next one. This is part B of question number 35, diagram based question. You have to study the diagram given below and name the parts marked as A, B and C. Do you see here A and B is actually the pollen tube. A over here is the male gamete or male germ cell. Here, option C, it is actually the ovule or female gametophyte. You must have written. What happens when bee reaches in the ovary? Mention its significance. When pollen tube enters the ovary, double fertilization takes place, and then you have to explain what is double fertilization. You have to explain what is double fertilization. Okay? Then write the post-fertilization changes that occurs in a flower. What are the post-fertilization changes, beta? Ovary changes to fruit and ovule changes to seed. These are the post-fertilization changes that happen. Okay. Next one, the question is from physics, again from physics. Now we are jumping to section E, which is your last section, and it carries 4 marks and it has case and source based question which we have practiced enough. Let's see which one is from biology, not question number 37. And yes, question number 38. Let's read it. Human digestive system is a tube running from mouth to anus. Its main function is to break down complex molecules present in the food which cannot be absorbed as such into smaller molecules. These molecules are absorbed across the walls of the tube, and absorbed food reaches each and every cell of the body where it is utilized for obtaining energy. So this was the whole paragraph based on which you have to answer certain questions. The question A says, name the glands present in the buccal cavity and write the components of food on which the secretion of these glands act upon. Remember, the buccal cavity, the mouth area, it has salivary gland. It has salivary gland, and salivary gland has salivary amylase which helps in the digestion of carbohydrates. It breaks down carbohydrates into maltose, right? So this is what you have to explain. It carries only 1 mark. Now coming to B part, 2 organs have sphincter muscles at their exit. Name them. So remember, this is the food pipe or the esophagus. It enters into the stomach, and once the food leaves the stomach and enters the intestine, there is also one more sphincter muscle. So these are the 2 sphincter muscles the question is asking about. The one between esophagus and food pipe is known as esophageal sphincter. Esophageal sphincter. And the one between stomach and small intestine is known as pyloric sphincter. So these are the 2 muscles, sphincter muscles, that you were supposed to mention. What will happen if mucus is not secreted by gastric glands? HCl will reach the inner walls of the stomach and it will cause burning. It will cause burning or damage the inner walls of the stomach. It can also cause peptic ulcers. Not peptic, just write down, it can cause ulcers or burning in the inner lining of stomach. In the inner lining of stomach. Moving to next one. If villi are absent in small intestine, absorption of food will be affected. Absorption of food will be largely affected. Next one, bile juice does not contain any enzyme. Yes, we have studied this, yet it has important role in digestion. Justify the statement. So you have to write down here, the last point I am writing down, that bile juice has no enzymes, but still it helps in emulsification of fats. It helps in emulsification of fats. It helps in emulsification of fats, which actually meant that large fat globules were broken down into very smaller molecules. So this is the importance of bile juice here. It does not have any enzymes, but because of the pigments, it is helping in emulsification of fats. And second important function that bile juice was performing, that was change in pH. Change in pH of food. Since the food was coming from the stomach and it was highly acidic, we want the food to convert into alkaline nature so that rest of the enzymes can act on it and break it down. So bile juice are performing or is performing two main functions. One is emulsification of fats and second one would be change in pH, that is making the food alkaline. Right? This question is not for us. And now we are moving to the chemistry part. Okay? So, best wishes. I hope your paper went well. It was very easy. It is said by all the teachers. The question paper set this time by CBSE was very, very easy. But if you have made some of the silly mistakes, that is completely fine. You are allowed to make mistakes and that is completely okay. Now we are moving to next one, the chemistry part. You are going to give me 1 second beta so that we can shift.
Yeah. Hello, people. Welcome to the session. So I hope you all are doing awesome, blossom. Do let me know in the chat box how your exam went. I am pretty much sure you must be very, very happy today. All of the questions were very simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Whether it's your physics, whether it's your bio, and now it's time for us to go with chemistry. So give me a cheer in chat box. Come on. Amazing, amazing. Good to see you. Hi, Raj. खुश तो बहुत हुए होगे तुम. Yeah, why not? So all the questions were taught to you. In fact, each and every question was there, which we did in Super 30 as well as we did in Marathon practice sheets. So all the questions have came from there. So I hope you did it right. So let's discuss without any delay. Give me a thumbs up in chat box. Come on, guys. Okay, so there were total 3 sets that you got, set 1, set 2, set 3. There were very minute changes among all those sets. Most of the questions were common. The only major difference is in the sequence. Some of the questions are different, which I will be definitely showcasing you. I will also give you the detail of question number, which is uncommon in all the sets. So you can note it down, check it out, and I'm pretty much sure you got it right. So as you have already solved a lot of chemical lota in today's paper, and you must be very, very proud of yourself because when I saw the paper, I was really happy. I was very happy. It was easy peasy paper. You have done each and every question here. We solved it in Super 30. I provided you a practice paper of each and every chapter, and I'm pretty much sure if you've seen those sessions, you would have killed it. Yeah? Amazing, amazing. Chaliye. All right, guys. So let's begin without any delay. So this is your question number 1. Which one of the following reaction is different from the remaining 3? So as you can clearly see that A, C and D are double displacement reaction, whereas option B is a combination reaction. So definitely that would be the answer. Following reaction which is different from the remaining 3. So it's option B. I hope you have written yes, Anya. Absolutely. Easy paper. Happy. Okay. Amazing. Combination. So yes, answer is option B. If you have written this, you would have got 1 mark here. Moving on to our second question, identify the product X obtained in following chemical reaction. So as you can see, this is a thermal decomposition reaction where limestone has been heated and provide X plus carbon dioxide. So X here is calcium oxide. And what is the common name of calcium oxide? It is none other than option A, and that is quick lime in Hindi, which we call it as chuna. Yes, it is A. Perfect. All right, moving on to our third question. Select a pair of natural indicator from the following. So litmus is a natural indicator, whereas methyl orange is not. Turmeric is natural, litmus is natural. So definitely option B is our perfect answer. So if given B as an answer, you have definitely got 1 mark here. Great. Moving on to our next question, guys. I know you have to study for your next paper, that is SST. So we will be finishing off this soon. So just cross-check with your paper whether you have done it right or not. A chemical compound used in glass, soap and paper industry is sodium. What? Come on, tell me what is the answer. Is it washing soda, bleaching powder, whether it's baking soda or common salt? A? Yes, it's absolutely washing soda. Sodium sulfate decahydrated Na2SO4.10H2O. Absolutely perfect. So if you've written A, you have got 1 mark here. Moving on to our next question. Structural formula of cyclohexane. Guys, in different sets, there are some questions which are different. So I suppose this is from set number 2. So please check it out. If you have got a different set, you would have gone through this question also. Structural formula of cyclohexane. Cyclo means cyclic structure. Cyclic structure means closed structure. So as you can see, all the options, they are closed. And it's ane. Ane means single bond. It's a part of alkane. In other options, you can see double bond, triple bond, double bond. But only this option where you can find single bond with molecular formula C6H12. So option B is perfect answer. Yes, absolutely right. Option B is right. Good job, guys. I think till now everything is going positive. Moving to our next question, which is again question number 6, but of a different set. Which one of the following hydrocarbon is different from others? So you have learned hydrocarbons types, saturated, unsaturated. Based upon that, you have seen alkanes, alkenes, and alkynes. So you have a way to identify which of this is different. You can use CnH2n plus 2 for alkanes and CnH2n for alkenes, whereas CnH2n minus 2 for alkynes. Now, if you see here, C7H14, that means CnH2n, if n is equals to 7, that would be C7H2 into twice of 7, that would be 14. Now, in rest of the options, they are following CnH2n plus 2. If n is equals to 4, then Cn4, H2 into 4 plus 2. So that will give you C4H10. Rest of them are following alkane's general formula, whereas only one molecular formula, which is a part of alkene. So a different hydrocarbon out of all is option B. Perfect. Yes, it is option B. Fata answer. Moving on to question number 7. Consider the following chemical equation. So chemical equation has been given to you and they are asking you the balancing part only, where you have to mention A, B, C and D. Let me know what you guys have answered in this. Come on. What you have answered? A? Oh, that's so sweet, daddy dogs. That's so sweet of you. A. Okay, so let's see. Al2O3 plus HCl. Let's see whether A is right answer or not. AlCl3 plus H2O. So it's 1 aluminium, it's 2 aluminium. So let's equalize it. If we write 2 aluminium here, we have 6 chlorine. Now if we write 6 here to make chlorine equal, hydrogen needs to be equated, and that would be 3 here. 3 into 2, 6 hydrogen, 3 oxygen, and voila. So it would be 1 aluminium oxide molecule, 6 HCl, 2 molecules of AlCl3 would be produced, and 3 molecules of H2. So it has to be 1623. 1623. And here it is. It is option A as your answer. All right, moving on to our next question, number 27. It's a 3-mark question. Now here they have asked you to provide the reason. State the reason for following. Why zinc oxide is amphoteric oxide? Now, whether you are providing the time you're providing the reason, you're supposed to give the reactions also to prove your answer. I hope you have mentioned the reactions here. Yes. So, let's take a look. Zinc oxide is an amphoteric oxide. What does amphoteric means? Amphoteric means which can easily react with both acid as well as base. So you can give a reaction to explain your answer that boss zinc oxide is reacting with HCl, and that gives you zinc chloride plus water, which is absolutely a makhan smooth reaction. Zinc oxide also have the ability to react with the base, and in return that will give you sodium zincate, which is Na2ZnO2 plus water. So in both the cases, zinc oxide is participating in a reaction and providing a solvent product. That is actually the reason why zinc oxide is considered to be as amphoteric oxide. Clear, boss? Okay. All right. Moving on to, sorry. That is your first one. If you have mentioned each and everything with reaction and statement, definitely 1 mark will be yours. Moving on to the next one. Give reason. Sodium metal is stored in a bottle filled with kerosene oil. So you can write that sodium being highly reactive, it reacts with air and catches fire. And you can support your answer by giving a reaction here again. Sodium on reaction with oxygen, that forms sodium oxide, and along with that it liberates large amount of heat. It's highly exothermic reaction. The reason behind it is because sodium is highly reactive towards oxygen. So to prevent the contact of oxygen, we have to dip sodium metal piece into kerosene oil. Yeah? Okay, all right. Moving on to option C. In the reaction of nitric acid with metals, generally hydrogen gas is not evolved. This is one of the exception, guys, which you have learned. Nitric acid is a very strong oxidizing agent. Even if you have written this much, because nitric acid is a strong oxidizing agent, you will going to get full marks for this, because oxidizing agent here is a key word. On that particular term, you will be getting marks, that is oxidizing agent. I hope you guys have written this, oxidizing agent. So nitric acid being a strong oxidizing agent, it immediately converts hydrogen into water. Yeah? Okay. Superb. So 1 mark will be yours for the third one. Total 3-mark question. Moving on to question number 28. Please check it out, guys. A. State, giving reason, the reduction process to obtain the following metals from their compounds. So basically it is a question from metallurgy. This question is from the extraction of metals. So they are asking you the process. Reduction process means the process from which you are extracting a metal at the last step. So for mercury, as we all know, mercury exists into cinnabar form, which is a sulfide ore of mercury. So you have to undergo a roasting technique. That means you will react it with oxygen with a good amount of heat, sufficient amount of heat. That results into oxide of mercury and sulfur dioxide will be evolved. Second step, guys, please listen to this carefully. If you've written second step, AgO, oxide of mercury, on heating will provide mercury to us plus oxygen gas will be evolved. So what you should have written here is that mercury being a less reactive metal, we only require heating to extract mercury from its oxide. So we have just heated the oxide of mercury and mercury as a metal will be extracted. Yeah? Cool. Alright, copper. What about copper? So, tera hai par mera hai. So, this process is twisted kind of a process. It is not going to be a straight process. You have to mention the reason properly that it is present in the sulfide ore in nature. Once we undergo a roasting process by heating it in presence of excess of oxygen, that has provided you oxide of copper and sulfur dioxide. Now, once copper oxide is formed, we will extract it in the middle of reaction. You have to give a reason, guys. You have to give a proper reason and statement. So, in this particular reaction, we will stop this reaction in between. Copper oxide will be extracted. Along with that, left out copper sulfide will be reacted along with it. That provides you ample amount of copper here, as well as sulfur dioxide will be produced. Give me a thumbs up if you have written this along with the reaction. Thank you, Adiba. Yes, have you written this? So it's tera hai par mera hai wala reaction. Okay. Now talking about sodium, sodium being highly reactive metal. Now here ungli tedi karni padegi. So being a highly reactive metal, you cannot extract it with a simple reduction method. So we have to opt for another method, a special technique in presence of electricity, and that is called as electrolytic reduction. So you will explain electrolytic reduction here. No need of diagram for 1 mark. You should not give diagram and waste your time. So definitely a language will do along with the reaction. Molten sodium chloride, that's a keyword. You have to mention molten sodium chloride. So reduction will go in under molten sodium chloride. Electricity will be passed and metal will be extracted from cathode. Sodium metal will be extracted from cathode. Now moving on to B part of same question number 28. Again, state giving reason for the change in appearance observed when each of the following metal is exposed to the atmospheric air for some time. This is the optional question. Give me a thumbs up those who have opted for 28B part. Come on, give me a thumbs up those who have opted for B part, because it seems to be easier, right? It takes less time. Amazing, Sri Devi. Good. I knew. As soon as I read this question, I thought that most of you were going to opt for 28B. So what you have to give reason here that silver reacts with sulfur present in the air. It's again a question from metals and non-metals, corrosion part. Silver on reaction with sulfur present in air, that forms black color of silver sulfide. So appearance will change because of the silver sulfide formation, and hydrogen gas will be evolved as the byproduct. In copper in presence of atmospheric air, that will result into formation of black color of copper oxide. So guys, as they are talking about appearance, you're supposed to give the color here. If you have not mentioned the color along with the reason, you might lose marks here. Hai na? So you have to give the color along with the proper reason and what is responsible for giving the color. Iron. As we all know, iron in presence of atmospheric air, after certain period of time, it will start rusting and gives a reddish brown appearance of rust, which is a ferric oxide, which is Fe2O3. So you have to mention here about rust. Iron in presence of atmospheric gases, which is O2, carbon dioxide, moisture. Yeah, or you can just mention oxygen and moisture, which are the two necessary conditions that results into formation of Fe2O3.xH2O, and that is your rust. Cool? Cool, cool, cool. Oh, it's okay, Sachit, Anand. That's fine. All right. So these are the uncommon questions from set 1, 2, and 3. You can take a screenshot. You can check this out. 6, 9, 10, 5, 6. And we are discussing each and every question. These are the uncommon questions from set 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Okay. All right. Moving on to our next question from a different set, which is question number 6. Select saponification reaction. So as we all know, saponification reaction is actually opposite of that of esterification reaction, where ester will be reacting with NaOH. Hydrolysis of ester will be done in presence of strong alkali that will provide you sodium salt of acetic acid along with alcohol. So none other than it would be option C. Perfect. Yes, it is option C. All right, moving on to question number 5. The product obtained when lead nitrate is heated in the boiling tube. Let me tell you guys, from past few years, this question is coming in paper. Literally, if you pick past year papers also, you'll find this question to be the common one among all the papers, past year papers. This is very, very important, and it is important for your higher grades also. As now you will be moving to grade 11, this reaction is super important. So lead nitrate, which is PbNO3 whole twice, being white color compound, on thermal decomposition, that will give you lead oxide, which is a yellow color compound. Along with that, it will produce reddish brown color fumes of nitrogen dioxide and colorless gas of oxygen. And voila! So that would give you, yeah, option B. No, sorry, my bad. Option D. Option D. Option D. No, why A? It's not N2, it's not nitrous oxide, bache. It is nitrogen dioxide, lead oxide, and oxygen gas. So that would give you option D as the answer. All right, moving on to question number 6. Identify the group of unsaturated hydrocarbons. So guys, this can be done if you know the difference between saturated and unsaturated, which is the basic concept of carbon and its compound. Unsaturated means double bond or triple bond between carbon and carbon, which includes ene and ine. So if you see ane, that's not your answer. If it's ane, not your answer. Ane, not your answer. Ine. That's your answer. Yes? Cool? Okay. Statement का number मिलेगा. हाँ, statement का number मिलता है. Yes. Absolutely मिलेगा. So it is option D. Perfect answer. Now moving on to the most famous question of all time, that is assertion reason question. So here they have provided you question number 17 in one of the sets. A was asked, does oxides of metal show basic character? Yes, definitely. Most of the oxides of metal, whether it's copper oxide, sodium oxide, magnesium oxide, and so on, they are basic in nature. And how will you prove that? Because these oxides of metal react with acid to form salt and water. Yeah, that's right. If copper oxide is basic, how will I check it? By actually reacting it with one of the acids, so it will react properly and give us salt and water. So both of these statements are true, as well as this reason is absolutely a perfect explanation of the given assertion. So option A would be the right answer. Yes, A is right. Okay, moving on to the next one. This is another set assertion reason question. This is from different set. So assertion says a piece of zinc metal gets reddish brown coating when kept in copper sulfate solution for some time? Let's find it out. So zinc, if it is kept in blue color of copper sulfate solution, that results into colorless solution of zinc sulfate, and reddish brown color of copper will be coating onto the surface of zinc, which is true. It sounds true. Yeah. Copper is more reactive than zinc. No. It's a red flag. No, it is absolutely false. So we can say that assertion is true, whereas reason is false. That makes option C as your answer. Yeah, C is the right answer. Moving on to question number 21 of one of the set. When magnesium ribbon is burnt in air, an ash of white color is produced. This is the most common reaction you guys might have learned in grade 10 hundreds of times. Starting your chemistry with chemical reactions and equation, this is a reaction what you guys have been learning. Magnesium reacts with oxygen, that results into formation of magnesium oxide, which is definitely white color powder. So ribbon of magnesium metal on burning in presence of oxygen give you white color powder of magnesium oxide. So ashes of white color is of magnesium oxide. Write the chemical equation for the reaction given and name the ash produced. Guys, please focus here. Name means you have to write the name here. So what you will give, it's magnesium oxide. You have to write the complete name. Along with that, you can definitely mention the formula. If you have just given the formula, they might you might lose some marks there. Okay. And write equation. Now, if you have not balanced this equation, you will lose half marks here. Balancing is important whether it's asked or not asked. This is something which I've always told you in the session. Balancing has to be there by default, even if question asks you or not. State the type of chemical reaction given here and justify. It's definitely a combination reaction as well as it is exothermic reaction. You can justify the statement by writing the definition of combination reaction, that magnesium and oxygen are combining together and giving you one single product. So it's definitely a combination reaction. To write question set. Oh, okay. That's okay, mighty XF. Now what is done is done. Your teacher has already checked and signed on the first sheet. So that's okay. Okay. All right, moving on to next question number 21. Few drops of barium chloride, BaCl2, which is a part of set number 2. Few drops of barium chloride solution is added to an aqueous solution of sodium sulfate, which is Na2SO4. A white color precipitate is obtained. Now you know this. What is that white color precipitate? Yeah? Set number 2, question number 21. The white color precipitate is definitely of barium sulfate, BaSO4, and NaCl will be given out as the byproduct. Now, what they are asking is balanced chemical equation. Now, they have directly asked you to balance the reaction. So, definitely you have to balance it. Otherwise, you lose marks. So, this is the balanced chemical equation. Barium chloride, one atom here of barium. Other side also one. So what you have to do is you just have to write 2 NaCl and it's perfectly balanced. Check. Yes, absolutely. That's right. I have done self-reduction of Edu. Is it correct? Yes, Gaurav, it is absolutely right. Yep. Now, B part, what is the other name of precipitation reaction? Guys, it is a part of double displacement reaction. So, barium and sodium will be having exchange of ions taking place, and therefore we call it as a double displacement reaction. So, why it is called so? You can give the definition of double displacement reaction because sodium and barium are exchanging their position, and that is a part of double displacement where exchange of ions takes place. Correct. So, it is 4 to 3 marks. Okay. Moving on to question number 21 of set number 3. Please note, set number 3. A part, write the essential conditions for the following reaction to take place and name its types. Essential condition. What is missing here? AgCl decomposes and give you silver plus chlorine gas. What is missing here? The part which is missing here is none other than sunlight. So you have to mention the condition here. That condition which is essential to continue this reaction is sunlight. Name its type. Now decomposition are of three types. One is photolytic, electrolytic and thermal. You just have to quote the different types of decomposition reaction and that's it. Yeah. Name its types. Type. Okay. Three types of decomposition you have to mention. I hope you did that. Complete the following reaction in form of balanced equation. So it is a part again of of thermal decomposition reaction. Absolutely right, Sri Devi. So it is FeSO4 on heating gives you ferric oxide, which is a reddish brown color compound, as well as sulfur smelling gases, which is sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. That's your perfect answer. Yes. Correct. Bilkul correct. Moving on to next question, number 28, which is a part of set number 2. Write electronic configuration of sodium and oxygen. That's easy peasy. Sodium. Atomic number they have already given you. Electronic configuration will be 281. Oxygen, atomic number 8, electronic configuration will be 26. Now, what they are asking you is to show the formation of ionic compound obtained between these two elements combined, and then you have to mention the name of cation and anion in the compound. Please quote, they are asking you the name of cation and anions here. All right, so let's do it. You have to do this by a diagram formation can be shown by electron dot structure. So we are taking only the valence electron. Sodium, 1 valence electron. Oxygen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 valence electrons. We will be needing one more sodium here to balance electrons out. Sodium being a metal will going to donate its electrons. So guys, if you have not put an arrow here, if you have missed the arrow, you will lose 1/4 to half mark here. So sodium, one arrow will be shown towards oxygen, another arrow from another sodium, which showcase the transfer of electrons. So sodium, one electron transfer to the oxygen. Another sodium will transfer one of its valence electron to the same oxygen atom. So that results into formation of two sodium ions with 1 plus charge each, and oxide will be 2 minus with 8 electrons in its valence shell. Everything is satisfied, and finally you have Na2O as the ionic compound. Yeah. Colorless? No. Ferrous sulfate? No. Like in what sense you've written, Gaurav? That depends. Anhydrous form, if you've written, so you must have written white anhydrous powder or a dirty white color. है ना? Colorless is not the case, Gaurav. Paper बहुत अच्छा because oh, thank you, Ayan Ali. Okay, moving on. Name the anion here. So anion, while you're naming it, you will write oxide ion. Now, along with it, you can definitely mention the formula, which is O2 minus. Then cation present in it. Cation will be obviously sodium ion. You have to mention the name. Along with it, formula Na plus 1. Moving on to question number 27. A part, name the chemical reaction that occurs between iron 3 oxide and aluminium metal. Can you name the reaction? Come on, guys. Give me a name of this reaction. Jagas. Good. Give me the name of this reaction. What is happening here? Railway tracks. I'll give you a hint. Railway tracks. So it is none other than thermite reaction, guys. It is none other than thermite reaction, where aluminium is reacting with Fe2O3, ferric oxide, iron 3 oxide, results into aluminium oxide. Iron will be extracted in a liquid form here. Along with that, large amount of heat is produced. So this question number 27 is a part of set 3. This write its balanced chemical equation. Why is this called to be as displacement? Why it is called displacement? How will you explain it? Aluminium is more reactive than iron. So aluminium displaces iron from its position, creates aluminium oxide, and iron will be given out. This is how you will be explaining based upon the reactivity difference between the metals. Give one use of this reaction. This is a thermite reaction. Name it. And what is one of the use? For welding purpose, for joining railway tracks, you can mention any one of them. Definitely, Gaurav. So many memory question. I totally agree. Okay. Yes, that's right, Gaurav. That's right. Or. B part. How many of you have done B? Give me a thumbs up. How many of you have attempted question number 27 B part from set number 3? Yeah. So a student is working in a laboratory with metal E, which is stored under kerosene oil. Now this metal E can be either sodium or potassium because both of them are actually stored under kerosene oil. Somehow a small piece of this metal falls in a beaker containing water and starts burning. Name the metal E. So we would take sodium here. What is the metal here? We take it sodium. You have to name it. Along with that, you can definitely write formula also, that's your choice. Write the chemical equation for the reaction when metal E reacts with water. Simply when sodium reacts with water, that will going to result into formation of sodium hydroxide. Along with that, hydrogen gas is evolved plus lot amount of heat is evolved. So you should mention heat also as a product because it's highly exothermic reaction. State the nature, whether it's acidic, basic, or neutral. What is it? Whether it's acidic or basic, it's a very strong base. So nature here is basic of the product which is obtained. Basic. Third part, name the process by which this metal E is obtained from its molten chloride. Come on guys, you just have to write the name and you'll get 1 mark for it. Name. What is the name of the process by which sodium will be obtained from its molten chloride? It's none other than electrolytic reduction technique. Yes, if you have written electrolytic reduction here completely, you will get full marks. Electrolytic reduction. And that's your question number 27 from set 3. Moving on to question number 34. A part says 5 solution A, B, C, D, E when tested with pH paper, they have showed a pH of 4, 1, 13 and 17 respectively. Which solution? That's easy peasy question, guys. That was simplest question of this entire set. A, B, C, D, E. A have a pH of 4, B has a pH of 1, then B with 1, C with 13, D with 7 and E will be 10. Yeah. Respectively. Which solution is strongly acidic? Which is strongly acidic? Lowest pH will be strongly acidic. Lower the pH, stronger the acid. So it will be definitely B with pH is equals to 1. Strongly alkaline. Highest pH among all is C. Will be strongly alkaline. Weakly acidic. Less than 7 but not very less, which is 4, and that's your A. Weakly acidic. Neutral will definitely be 7, that's your D. Weakly alkaline, which will be 10, that's E. Arrange the solutions in increasing order of H plus ion. Guys, you know the relation. pH is inversely proportional to H plus ions. Higher the H plus ion, lower pH will be. So we have to put in increasing order. Here is the place where most of you can go wrong. So please check this out. Most of you make mistake in this part. Please check it out whether you have done it right. Increasing order. You have to put the order means you have to put the sign. Lowest pH will be of B. So highest will be the H plus ions here. Then after B it would be A. Then it would be D, then it would be E, and lastly, it would be C. I hope you guys have written this. Order, it's okay, Vikas. So increasing order of H plus ion, lower the pH, higher will be the H plus ion concentration. So this is the increasing order of H plus ion concentration, CEDAB. And you have to put that sign. If you're not putting that sign, you might lose some marks there. Second part, write the name and formula of one acidic salt, any acidic salt. Anything comes to your mind, please write it down in the chat box, what you have mentioned. Any acidic salt. We can write ammonium chloride here. A basic salt, we can mention sodium carbonate. Name and formula. So you must mention the name also. Ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride. If you have written anything else also, that's fine, because there could be n number of examples. If given any other example, that is perfectly okay. Sodium carbonate, so please mention the name here, sodium carbonate name. Now, this is not done yet. They are now asking the name of parent acid and parent base used to form the salt in each case. Now, whatever example you have taken, you have to search for the parents also. Bacha is here. Now, for that bacha, you have to search their parents. So, sodium carbonate is actually made from sodium hydroxide and carbonic acid. So, please mind it, you have to write the name of parent acid and parent base. In case of ammonium chloride, it is made from ammonium hydroxide, which is a parent base, and hydrochloric acid, which is a parent acid. I hope that is clear. Yes? Alright guys, that was question number 34. Moving on to question number 34 of different set. That's same set. 34 ka A part we did. Now 34 ka B part. Name and state in brief the process which is used to prepare sodium hydroxide from sodium chloride. Come on, you can do this. Come on. I'm pretty much sure you guys have done this question. Name and state the brief process. You have to write this in brief about the process which is used to prepare sodium hydroxide, and that's none other than chlor-alkali process. What is the name? It is chlor-alkali process. Now, because this question is of 5 marks, guys, you're supposed to explain this in brief along with reactions and a diagram also. If you have given the diagram, well and good. If you have not given the diagram, that's okay. Please do not stress out. But as this is a 5-mark question, you should have justified this question in that way. Right? So for 5 marks, you should have given and explained the chlor-alkali process. You should have written the reaction also and explained it in few statements. And give a reaction stating that NaCl being a raw material, once we put it into water, this is called as a brine solution. And as we pass electricity through it, that results into formation of NaOH, which is alkali. Along with that, chlorine and hydrogen gases produced. Now, this is not it. They are asking you to name gas X and Y. You can write X is hydrogen and Y is chlorine. Right? Name the respective electrodes at which these gases are produced. Now, you have to mention the electrodes. I have mentioned this in classes before also, that they always ask you about electrodes. Where hydrogen will be evolved, where chlorine will be evolved. This is the most important part of chlor-alkali process. So, hydrogen will be evolved at cathode. Chlorine will be evolved at anode. So till here we are done. One of these gases will react with dry calcium hydroxide. So if chlorine reacts with dry slaked lime, which is calcium hydroxide, that gives us a bleaching powder, which is calcium oxychloride, CaOCl2, which is your Z here, widely used for water treatment of plants and textile industries, as well as name Z. Now to name it, you have to write complete name. Calcium oxychloride. chloride. And write the chemical equation for the reaction involved in this process, and the reaction is here. Cool? Cool, 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 cool. Please give your thumbs up in chat box if it's clear. Perfect. So go step by step. I hope you went like that. And that's pretty much simple. This is something which you have already done in this session. Moving on to question number 36. 5 solution. See, this is 36, same question as 34 of different set. It's the same question, guys, of a different set. So just for your information, we already did it as question number 34 here. So please check this out. Question number 36, same question in different set. Alright, moving on to question number 37. More than 3 million carbon compounds have been discovered in the field of chemistry. The diversity of these compounds is due to the capacity of carbon atoms for bonding with another as well as with other atoms. 1. Most of the carbon compounds are poor conductor of electricity and have low melting and boiling point. This is a 4-mark question. A part, write the molecular formula of first 2 members of homologous series having functional group Br. Molecular formula and name they are asking you. Okay. So functional group is bromine. If it's chlorine, it's same. Bromine, same. So what can be written? CH3Br is the first member. Second is having a difference of CH2 unit. What is homologous series? When each and every consecutive member have a difference of CH2 unit or 14 mass unit. So it's CH3Br. Then next would be CH3CH2Br. What is the name of the first one? It is called as bromomethane. Bromomethane. Yeah. Second one is called as bromoethane. Now, if you've written one bromomethane, perfect. If you have written one bromoethane, that is also right. Or you have written straight away as bromomethane and bromoethane, that is also perfectly fine. Cool? Cool, cool, cool. Yeah? Hi, Devansh. So, molecular formula and the name. We have written both of them in this question. Moving on to B part. Oh, that's easy peasy. Looking at the functional group, you just have to mention the name of these functional group. It's CHO. It's none other than aldehyde. For the second one, C double bond O. It is ketonic group. It's a ketonic functional group. Straight away. Just you have to remember it. Memory based question. C part, what would be observed in adding 5% of alkaline potassium permanganate drop by drop to some warm ethanol taken in the test tube? State the role of KMNO4 in the reaction and write the chemical equation for the reaction involved. So ethanol, that is C2H5OH. If you put 5% of alkaline KMNO4, that results into formation of CH3COH. So basically, ethanol will be converted to ethanoic acid. Now, if you please concentrate here, it's the addition of one more O. Add of O means oxidation. And what is the role of alkaline KMNO4 here? It is acting as the oxidizing agent. If you have written this term, you will get full marks for it. Alkaline KMNO4 role is acting as the oxidizing agent. And then you have to write the chemical equation involved in. This is it. That's it. Easy, easy question. Okay. All right. Yes, it's oxidizing. It's oxidizing agent. Moving on to the C part of the same question. Write the name of compound formed when ethanol is heated at 443 Kelvin temperature with excess of concentrated sulfuric acid. Guys, ethanol is heated. It's one of the chemical property of ethanol. C2H5OH. On heating, in presence of concentrated sulfuric acid at 170 degrees Celsius or at 443 Kelvin, one of the same thing, that results into formation of CH2 double bond CH2. Name of this compound, name likhna hai. So what is the name here? It is ethene. Along with that, feel free to write the formula also, which is CH2 double bond CH. What is the role of concentrated sulfuric acid here? It is acting as the dehydrating agent. So that will give you byproduct as water. What is the role of sulfuric acid here? So the role is acting as the dehydrating agent, not as a catalyst. Please do not mistake it as a catalyst. This is acting as a dehydrating agent, removes water by breaking the compound. And write the chemical equation involved, and voila, it's written, done and dusted. Okay, all right. These are the uncommon questions again. So please check it out. If you've got set number 1, 37, 38, 39, 29, these are uncommon questions, which is not there in other sets. What does uncommon means here, which is not there in other sets? Uncommon question for set number 2 is 32, 34, 36. Uncommon question of set number 3 is 29, 32, 34, 36, 37, 38 and 39. So yes, we have come to a beautiful ending for today. So it was lovely meeting you all, and it was lovely seeing you happy, confident. I hope this confidence go beyond to different papers also. So next, for upcoming exam, all the very best. Todo phodo macha dalo bhai, because this time will not come back again. Make yourself proud, make your parents proud, make me proud, and chug their forte. So that was it from us, guys. This is me, Rajna Sardeva, signing off. Take care, stay safe, stay happy. Always all the best. Bye, take care. Yes, Jatin. Bye, guys. Take care.